Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Trading Chief. Welcome to the channel. I've been sick the past couple of weeks, so if I start hacking or whatever, I apologize. In this video, I want to take a look at OTLK. That's Outlook Therapeutics having an upcoming FDA review for biologics license application. They initially submitted this BLA to the FDA on March 31st of 2022. The FDA requested more information, and they voluntarily withdrew the BLA, and then now they're resubmitting the BLA um, for approval. Just go over a quick uh, overview of the company. It is a penny stock. It's got a $444 million market cap, but that's not really important for what we're trying to do. I don't intend to buy this stock for a long hold. I just want to buy it for the news and then sell once the news comes out of approval or denial or whatever the case may be. So again, this one is on 29 August, and the first news article we're going to take a look at is this one right here. And it says Outlook Therapeutics announces acceptance of biologics license application by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for ONS TAC 5010 as a treatment for wet AMD, that is age-related molecular degeneration. The Prescription Drug User Fee Act goal date of August 29th of 2023. This is Outlook Therapeutics Inc., a biopharmaceutical company working to develop and launch the first FDA-approved ophthalmic formulation for bezagimuzab for the use in retinal indications today. Announced that the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has accepted for filing a biologics license application for ONS 5010, or Litnev, an investigational ophthalmic formulation of Litnev for the treatment of wet age-related macular degeneration, or wet AMD. The Food and Drug Administration said a Prescription Drug Users Fee Act goal date of August 29th, 2023. ONS 5010, if approved, is expected to receive 12 years of regulatory exclusivity in the United States, meaning that no other company can make a wet AMD drug for the United States if it is accepted. So this will be the only one able to be sold for 12 years. The BLA acceptance and PDUFA date are significant milestones in our mission to offer clinicals and their patients the first and only on-label ophthalmic um, wet AMD drug, said Russell Trenary, President and CEO of Outlook Therapeutics. If approved, ONS 5010 will meet the robust NDA requirements for use as an ophthalmic injectable. We estimate that approximately 50% of the millions of anti-VEGF injections in ophthalmic are off-label, compounded, that is administered with no FDA-approved labeling. That product configuration does not meet the same standards we must achieve to earn FDA approval of ophthalmology. We hope to enhance the standard of care in the anti-VEGF space, and we are proud of the entire team and our clinical partners and advisors for bringing ONS 5010 to this point in its journey towards FDA approval. So, some really good news there. Here's the phase 3 data if you want to come over here and look at it. I'm not going to read all this stuff, but it's also in here. I've scanned over it. It meets its primary and secondary endpoints. Um, as you can see right here, trial data met both the primary and secondary endpoints with high statistical significance and clinical relevance. So it's done that, but there's several different ones in here. So you can come in and look at them if you want. This is the phase 3 data is important. I say it in most of my videos if you haven't seen them before. Phase 3 data is what the company sends to the FDA in order to, along with, patient statistical analysis and data and everything else, um, to along with manufacturing, um, like the manufacturing company gets inspected and everything else, in order to get approved. So based off of this data, you can kind of determine whether or not if it's going to be approved or not. So always recommend looking over it before you buy into it. So the other news article we're going to look at is going to be this one right here. And it says Outlook Therapeutics announces validation of marketing authorization application by the European Medicines Agency for ONS 5010 as a treatment for wet AMD. This is a decision for potential approval expected for European Commission in early 2024. Submission follows the US FDA acceptance on ONS 5010 BLA for wet AMD with a PDUFA date of August 19th, 2023. So again, it just talks about how, I'll just read it. It says, today announced the validation of its marketing authorization application by the European Medicines Agency. An investigation of ophthalmic formulation for bevacizumab for the treatment of wet age-related macular degeneration. The formal review process of the MAA by the EMA's Committee for Medicinal Products for Human Use is now set to begin as an estimated decision date expected in early 2024. Validation of MAA by the EMA is another exciting moment for our team. Takes us one step closer to offering clinicals and their patients the first and only on-label ophthalmic bevacizumab to treat wet AMD. The MAA submission is supported by results from Outlook Therapeutics' wet AMD clinical program for ONS 5010, which consists of three completed registration clinical trials, NORSE 1, 2, and 3. If approved, an initial 8 years of regulatory exclusivity to the European Union. So they would get 8 years in Europe of only them being able to sell this or manufacture this, and then we get 12 years in the United States. It's expected for ONS 5010 and wet AMD. Regulatory exclusivity on OSN 5010 could potentially be increased by an additional 2 years if Outlook Therapeutic pursues approvals for additional indications. So this one could potentially become, you could see this potentially continuously climb if it's approved after for certain years, depending on how much they decide to sell it for. So that's pretty much all I've got for this one. There's not a whole lot more information on it, but the look for this one to come out on August 29th. All right, that's all I've got for you. If you want this information before I get videos, I do write about it in the Discord. The link is in the description down below. Come check me out there. Consider hitting that like and subscribe button. And that's it. Thanks. Have a good day.